Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I decided to go over my monthly overview. So since it's the end of January or beginning of February, I'm going to go over my income, our expenses, bills, everything like that, and update them as to what the accurate amounts were. So I'm going to adjust this a little bit here. For income, sorry, I got dust all over in here. We estimated him to get about $1,988. He actually came in at $2,364. Mine was $3,132. VA was $630, and then DoorDash we did $1,171. This should be actually zero, but I'm not going to worry about it at this point. So I'm going to add these together quick. Which comes out to 7,297. And if you're interested in this kind of sheet, I do have it on my Etsy page. You'll go down into the description box below and you'll see a link to my Etsy. Okay, so mortgage was $700. These were all correct. Audible, Highlander, BarkBox, bank. I had put these in before I decided I was going to go ahead and just do this video. So Edward Jones was $50, internet was $68, dance was $90, the subscription was $15, City was actually $78. Alliant was $84 and Mid-American $132. These are always the same because it's on budget billing. It'll change, I think, in May for one of them or both. I'm not really sure. I'd have to look back and see when the new budget comes up. But and then truck was $613. T-Travel is $253. Discover, we did pay an extra $100 towards that this month. I pay because we use our Discover card for the points for when we fill up for gas. Every week I will pay $75 towards that because that's how much I budget for gas, even if I don't put $75 worth of gas in my vehicles. Some weeks we don't put any in, some weeks we fill up both vehicles. So, but I figured in a month about $300 is more than enough that we need for gas. So I just put $300 towards Discover every month. So if that pays off the debt faster, great. But we did put an extra $100 towards that. Kohl's we did $50. Life insurance was $19. Cell phone was $319. Apple was $180. School lunches was also $180. And then Amazon was actually $50. But I am going to put the extra Amazon payment because I did the $50 minimum because that's what I needed to have in order to have a payment on time. I didn't want to have any issues with that. So I did do the $50, but we did an extra payment of $411. That was for my debt snowball. If you're interested in that, go to my previous videos and you'll just look up the snowball challenge and you'll see where all that's coming from. So now what I need to do is total up these. I'm going to fast forward this so you don't have to sit. All right, it was $38.10. All right, sinking funds were $15.80. Cash envelopes were $11.80. And then the total for debt was $411. That was zero from budgeted. And then buffer, I don't have that yet because that's what when I figure all these up, I will do that. So I'm going to transfer all these numbers. So income is actually $7,297. Bills was $3,810. Sinking funds was $15.80. Cash envelopes was $11.80. And then an extra debt was $411. So we are going to take 7,297 minus 3810 minus 1580 minus 1180 minus 411, which leaves us $316 for our buffer. And the reason why I do that is because you just never know what incidentals will come up in. I just put it into my miscellaneous fund, and if we spend a little extra on certain things, I'm not worried about it because we have that buffer there. We have a family of 5. I have 3 kids. Things come up. I don't care how well you plan. things will always come up. I was one of those people who's like, nope, I'm going to have everything down to the penny and it's going to be great. And when I got married, my budget, I forgot about certain things, and I had an extra about $1,000 set aside just in case, and thank God I did, because I used part of it, not all of it, but part of it. And that's what I do on this, is I just know life is going to throw you a curveball, and I want to be prepared for it. So I do put money aside that I don't typically account for in my budgets every week. That's why when I go in, if I go in the negative, I'm like, I'm okay with it, because each week it'll even itself out by the end of the month, and I'm not concerned. You know, obviously if we had some massive disaster happen, things would be a little bit different, but knock on wood, we haven't had a massive disaster like that. But we do have a healthy savings account. So I can breathe a little bit easier at this point because I am not worried. But having these extra dollars going into that account helps us for in the future, and if that builds up and builds up and builds up, you know, we're good. So anyways, if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me today. Have a good one. Bye.